YouTube. It's your boy DHP, the realest and baddest MMA podcast in the world. And hey, man, hey, we gotta have this talk about the flyweight. So, I just dropped a video on Instagram with the live media day reaction to Tatsuro Taira and Park Hung Sung, and it sparks the little it sparked a little thought in my mind with like, is Tatsuro Taira really the one to be Pantoja, or is it somebody else? Now, we all know Tatsuro Taira has been built up as this Japanese sensation. There's been a lot of hype with, Tatsuro Taira. And also, this was a good matchup leading into this week with Amir Balzi. Obviously, we know Amir Balzi, he bailed out due to injury. So we had, what is it, a week? Yeah, like about a week. You can say about a week replacement with Park Hung Sung. But really, this is all about Tatsuro Taira, and it's going to lead into a bigger picture of what I had in mind about Pantoja. Because really, and I've been saying this over and over, especially if you... Now, I've been doing this for like a year and a half on Instagram, so I'm still new to the YouTube game. But for a year and a half now, I've been saying, like, Pantoja, he's that one. He's that one that's just going to dominate and just overlap the division of flyweight. And recently with his win against Kaka France, he has really overlapped the whole, at least the top 10. From my understanding, he done overlap majority of the top 10. Now, obviously, we got like Tatsuro Taira in the equation where he hasn't faced yet. But other than like Manel Cap, even though Manel Cap, I think, did lose to Pantoja before, but Tatsuro Taira is low-key built up to potentially be a future champ in this flyweight division. Now, he can get it back on the right course. He can get the tracks back on the right lane with a win here, but it's against a replacement fight. Yeah, I'll say this. It would have been much more interesting if Amir Balzi, was fully healthy. Because really, I can see this, and I said it on my Instagram video that I dropped earlier. This fight right here seemed like a BSD fight. When BSD had that replacement fight, what pay-per-view was it? Was it the Bell card? I forgot what card BSD was on, but it was the Bell and JDM card. BSD had a replacement fighter, and he ended up destroying him. Tatsuro Taira, he has the ability to dominate this fight, and honestly, piggyback to what I said before, Tatsuro Taira, him losing to Brandon Royval might have been a good thing. And I've said that, and like I said, I'm new to the YouTube game, so all my videos are not up here. But in the past, I've said that in certain cases, a loss could be considered a win, because, especially piggyback what I said in my previous videos, Bo Nickel, RDR. Bo Nickel losing RDR might have been the best thing for Bo Nickel, because he's able to learn from that fight and adjust his game plan, his fighting style, and even take some stuff what RDR did good and add it to his repertoire. Tatsuro Taira, and he mentioned that during the live, during the media day that I did a reaction video to. He got asked the question, and he mentioned about losing to Brandon Royval. And I've been saying this about pretty much about each and every one of these up-and-coming fighters, about, you can keep winning and winning, but but at some point in your career, you need to take an L, just so you can, come back and snap back to reality and keep working on stuff. Because the more, especially if you are like an upcoming fighter that needs improvement on their craft, whether it's boxing, their kickboxing, their Muay Thai, their Greco-Roman wrestling, their Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, whatever discipline craft it is. If you keep winning, but you know you have stuff to work on, and you never get them holes exposed, pause. You know, when you finally meet somebody that's equal to you or better than you, you're going to get completely demolished. So, and I said this earlier about Paul Rosas Jr. I'm glad that he lost when he did lose, because now he's able to fix, and same thing for Bo Nickal, he's able to fix his mistakes, adjust accordingly, and move forward, and just keep adapting and keep evolving and keep improving. So, Tatsuro Taira, him losing to Brandon Royval might have been a good thing for him, because he's probably able to adapt, adjust, improve, and evolve from that fight. Now, is it enough to beat Pantoja? Because right now, I don't know who can face Pantoja at this point. Obviously, we got Pantoja and Joshua Van coming up. That's the next title fight. But let's just say hypothetically Pantoja gets through Joshua Van, which, my personal opinion, Joshua Van is a beast. He is a beast, but it may not be. It may be too soon for Joshua Van to face somebody like Pantoja, because Pantoja, man, bro. Pantoja, he just all around just great. He's not even good. He just great all around. So it's kind of like, if you don't have your overall MMA game on point, Pantoja is going to expose your weakness. You know, you may be good at boxing, inside boxing or outside boxing of the range, but Pantoja, not only can he do that as well, but he is very good on the ground. Nice jiu-jitsu, nice wrestling, nice transitions, and he's more aggressive, and his cardio on top of that. So it's like, you know, if Joshua Van, and it's too soon for him, even though I like this matchup for him, and it's the right matchup, it's still too soon for somebody like Joshua Van to go against Pantoja. So say hypothetically Pantoja gets through Joshua Van. Is Taira the next hype train? And Joshua Van is not a hype train, because this is one of these, you know, unranked fighters that he just got that raw dog in him, where he fought himself into this position. Tatsuro Taira is actually a hype train. So can Tatsuro Taira live up to the hype train expectations and actually take the belt from Pantoja, or even just not Pantoja, just in general? Is he well enough now that he can go ahead and take the belt? You know, and that remains to be seen. Obviously, we got the fight this weekend with Park Hung Sung, but I do feel like, and this is just foreshadowing for after the fight, if he does win, more than likely they're going to rebook him and Amir Balzi. More than likely, because I don't see, especially with an unranked fighter like Park, and this is like a replacement fighter coming in on week's notice. More than likely, as with all situations like that, they're going to rebook the original fight. They just did it for Renato Moicano and Dan Hooker. Not Dan Hooker, I'm tripping. Benil Dariush. But yeah, I just want to throw this quick video out there before. And by the way, my preview show is going to be tomorrow for both YouTube and Instagram. So y'all make sure y'all tune back in, whichever platform, YouTube or Instagram. Y'all tune back in tomorrow for the preview show. But I just want to throw this video out there because I had this thought in my mind, like, Tatsuro Taira, there's a couple out there in flyweight, but Tatsuro Taira, for his height, he is built up as potentially one of the, you know, the hype trains to be a champion at flyweight. And I just want to, you know, put this out there, see where everybody mind at. Like, where do y'all have Tatsuro Taira, and can he actually live up to the expectations and get back on track to get a title shot? But Yeah, man, that's all I really want to talk about as far as this topic. Um, I know on paper, this fight card is really not that good, but low key, not even low key, high key. High key, these is one of these fight cards that on paper is so ass, but then we get to the actual fight night and it's a banger of a card. So hopefully that turns out to be true once again. But yeah, man, I just want to throw this quick video out there, just a little casual chit chat, see where everybody mind at, see the outlook of flyweight, because this is really Tatsuro Taira's time to get back on track and bounce back from that Brendan Royval fight and put his name back in the hat as a title contender for real. Because flyweight, because the more Pantoja beating these guys off, pause. Tatsuro Taira, it ain't gonna be long before he gets a title shot eventually if he keeps winning, because he already overlapped majority of the guys in the top 10, and half of the OGs of the flyweight division, he already beat them. And now he's going against somebody in Joshua Van who's should be the next generation flyweight contender / champion. If he beats him, then he's beating like a whole nother generation of flyweights. So he's heading towards the territory of facing somebody like Tatsuro Taira. So it's interesting to talk about and to look at. As I always like, in YouTube, y'all gonna get more of these videos as well, because I do like talking about the outlook of each division as the weeks, the months go on, because it is interesting to see how everybody stack up. The more fights we see as the weeks and months progress, how everybody stack up going forward to the future. But yeah, man, until my preview show tomorrow night, actually, I'm gonna go ahead and skedaddle, man. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe.